Well, who would have thought it? 6 months I've been stuck, haven't been able to move. First, about 3 or 4 months of abysmal weather, and then you know what? It's been something like 10 weeks of lockdown. Wow. Well, that has to be worth a cup of tea, doesn't it? And I'm very relieved to see that there's lots of boat traffic about. Just slow to let him by. All right. Oh yeah, first ducks of the year on the canal. Well, that I've seen anyway. You know, perhaps this break wasn't such a bad idea, because everything's new again. Well, that was Bridge 66, just north of Garstang Marina. And for this reintroductory journey, I'm going to be heading about 3 or 4 miles north up the Lancaster Canal, past Bridge 66 there, and then on, past a couple of winding holes, past numerous small bridges. Yeah, and I'll turn around there and I might moor up at some point afterwards and have a lovely cup of tea. Out of that brief wooded area and into this sudden wide and expansive part. Those views go on for miles. I'm in shock. It's been 6 months of abysmal weather and then the lockdown, and you just, I mean, up until 2 or 3 weeks ago, it just felt like that was it. There was no way the canals or any part of the country could ever work again. But here it is, and here I am. As I've said before, I can't stop overnight, but, you know, so what? It'll come eventually. And what an incredible day, and what an incredible canal to be doing it on. Yeah, it was, Well, I've just heard on the grapevine, I don't know if it's true or not, but at Bridge 71, and I've just gone past Bridge 69, there's been a boat fire. And I'm going right past there. You can never have too many ducks or swans, I say. Or geese. I imagine the wildlife is just as in shock as I am. There they are, probably thinking that mankind has finally left them in peace and letting the wildlife be wildlife. And then bang, we're back with a vengeance. Less than walking pace. This is like discovering my maiden voyage all over again. It's just one picture postcard after another. This is an excellent time for me to be rediscovering the maiden voyage, because it's now the, what is it, 25th? Something like that, of May. And back on the 12th of May, a couple of weeks ago, it was the 3rd anniversary of when I packed everything into the camper and headed down the creek, heading off into a world of unknown adventure. What a gorgeous little retirement spot. Well, I wonder why there were some fenders lying in the canal. It is the burnt out boat. Ooh, how scary. This is an area of the Lancaster Canal called Cabus Nook, or Cabus Nook. Cabus Nook. Here's a song off the Peace of Mind album. This song is called The Trooper.
CountryHouseGent.
You're right, mate.
How are you doing?
Right, very good. Finally able to get out, eh? I do like a bit of talking heads. Not far to Bridge 75, Ratcliffe Bridge, and there's a winding hole by there, and I'm thinking for this little reintroductory trip back onto the canals, I'd say that's going to do me for today. I'm going to turn round and then find somewhere to moor up and have a nice cup of tea, I reckon. Incredibly expansive countryside round here, and this area of Lancashire is some of the richest farming land you'll find anywhere in Britain. The soil here is black. Well, that was number 74, Cartmell's Bridge, and not far along here now is the winding hole and my date with the kettle. Not far then, and this is looking winding hole-ish, I think. If there's a bridge just after this, then that is the winding hole. At the moment it looks like a mooring. Or in fact, is the bridge no longer there and this is the remains? In which case, that is the winding hole. Oh no, there's a bridge a bit further on. Phew! Well, this must be it then. Alright, let's turn round. Right, now to get back down there and one of those little towpath moorings and a nice cup of tea. Here, didn't I just go past this lot? Well, I'll get used to this. This would make quite a good lifestyle, I reckon. Aha. This looks very promising. Cup of tea spot, I'd say. Can I get close enough to the edge? Because the Lancaster Canal is a bit low in places. Lovely. Well, that was like discovering the canals again. I mean, yeah, I keep saying it. I mean, it's 6 months. Well, more than that actually, because I came over onto the Lancaster back in May last year, 2019. Came over the Ribble Link, and I'd already been at it doing travels by narrowboat for probably about 2.5 years. So I got onto the Lancaster and I thought I fancy a break here. Plus I still had, like the rest of everything, probably about another 4 seasons of travels by narrowboat to put on Amazon. Plus I had to do a new one, season 6. So yeah, and then after that I thought, right, I'm going to take a month off, and I treated myself to a motorbike, the Kawasaki. And yeah, and then after that I was ready to get going on the travels by motorbike, and then we had abysmal weather for what, about 3 months straight, wasn't it, from November to January. Yeah, so fast forward to February, and well, you know what happened then, don't you? You might have heard of it. And here we are. It's now the 25th of May, something like that, and finally can get back out on the canals. Can't stay overnight, so I'm going to stay here for just another half an hour or so, have my cup of tea, and then make my way back to Garstang Marina.
Hi.
All right. Well, before I get going and finish this video, I've received a letter a couple of days ago from a viewer, another viewer called Andy Mack, And this is without a doubt, it's prose, you know, poetry. It's superb. He has written a letter using as many Rush song titles as he possibly can, and I'll put a little counter in the screen of every Rush reference. So he says, "Hi Kevin, my name is Andy." Yeah. "Hi Kevin, my name is Andy. My wife Leanne and I discovered you on Amazon Prime during lockdown. We have thoroughly enjoyed watching Travels by Narrowboat. Inspired by one of your t-shirts and some of your references, I felt I had to get in touch. Hope that you appreciate this letter and it makes you smile." Well, it did. This was a much needed boost, I tell you. "As I'm an old analog kid, not really a digital man, I'm sending this by post. Hope you receive it. Being on Amazon has put you in the limelight. You've gone from working man to some kind of new world man. However, we love watching your moving pictures. One really gets a sense of free will as you cruise the waterways, through the natural science of all those locks, some with signals, some as steep as Jacob's ladder, then at Kidby Lock at that unearthly hour, almost a fly-by-night. Then to navigate the tidal Trent, you needed the spirit of radio. Is your call sign Yankee Yankee Zulu? Yankee Yankee Zulu. We laughed at the story of the guy who said he related to the bloke who sank the Belgrano. Some bravado going on there, methinks. So I hope you're not losing it amidst this lockdown misery. We enjoyed the drone footage of Garstang, a very nice place. The world does look very good through the camera eye. I hope Wet Blanket Guy doesn't start a witch hunt. Hopefully you will soon be back making permanent waves. Though at this rate it could be Bastille Day, or worse still, 21st December. That's 2112. Sorry, that's a bit cringeworthy because across the pond they'd write it 1221 and it just wouldn't work. Anywho, when you've finished narrowboating, probably not too soon, perhaps you could do travels around the world, starting with a passage to Bangkok. But that's enough of that. Best wishes and stay safe, Andy Mack. It just remains for me to say, Neil Peart, rest in peace. We embrace your after image. That's absolutely, I mean, the effort that's gone into that. Thank you very much, Andy. Yeah, there you have it. I mean, I did seriously think at one point that there was just no way the canals and so on were going to be able to function. And I sort of, you know, when we come out the other end, I mean, yeah, I just thought it was going to be, I have no idea. I didn't know how they were going to work it. But touch wood, I think we've survived. So yeah, I'm going to make my way back to the marina, and yeah, just 3 weeks ago, God blimey, it just felt like the world had come to an end. So yeah, cheers, and have a nice cup of tea, eh? Ta-da.